Hey guys, Rinny P here from Legendary Dreams, and as promised, I'm here to talk to you about my weight loss journey. Last time I asked you to join me on this journey, and I would still absolutely love you to do so. So please click on that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can follow me, because I will be posting weekly on my progress. So my previous weight loss attempts have included everything. I've tried keto, I've tried intermittent fasting, I've tried low carb, low fat, high fat, no sugar, blah, blah, blah. Tried everything, and every single time I failed. Why? Because it's too hard. For me, I find it too hard to stick to something that's so regimented and controlled. So this time I'm going to try something completely different. I think those things for me didn't work because for me as a person, those things are just too regimented. They're too strict for what I can and can't eat, what I have to do on a daily basis to actually lose the weight. So this time I decided to take a far more casual approach and just sort of listen to my own body and go with that. So if that sounds to you like something that would suit you, join me on this journey. I'd love to have more people doing this with me. I think safety in numbers, you know. This is week 2 of my weight loss journey. I weighed in last week, so if you want to know what I'm doing is working, stick to the end of the video to find out. So what does this casual approach involve, you may ask? Well, I'm following 5 rules. These are Rinny P's rules, 5 rules. 5 rules to my weight loss. And here we go. Let's dive right in. Number 1, no goal. I'm not setting myself a weight loss goal, a weight loss target of I must reach this certain weight by this amount of time. For me, it's not about that anymore, and I think I set myself up to fail every time when I say, right, I want to lose 25 kilos in 3 months. That's never going to happen, especially at my age. I've done that every single time in the past, and I think right from the get-go, I'm setting myself up to fail because I'm never going to lose, say, 20 kilos in 3 months. That's just never going to happen. And I think at my age, with my heart condition, slow and steady wins the race, right? So that's rule number 1, no weight loss goal. Rule number 2, this is my favorite rule, and I think it's going to be your favorite rule as well. No foods are off limits. That's right. I'm going to eat chocolate. I'm still going to have sugar. I'm going to have ice cream. I'm going to have hamburgers. Oh, give it all to me. But all in moderation, right? So I'm just going to be more mindful of what I'm eating or when I'm eating. I'm also not going to count calories because I've counted calories before. That doesn't work either because if I stick to say 1200 calories for a day, I usually find that by the end of the day, I am still hungry, right? And that's where you set yourself up to fail because if you are hungry and you can't satisfy that hunger, what are you going to do? You're going to end up binging. So if you feel like chocolate, if you want McDonald's, if you want a hamburger, if you want pizza, have it. Rule number 2 is really important for me because I find that if I deny myself any type of particular food, then I end up just binging on that food because I deny myself until I just cannot control myself anymore. And instead of just having a little piece, like we're talking chocolate, instead of having maybe 2 little squares, I'll eat half a block because I've denied myself for so long and my inner dialogue is telling me, you deserve this, Rin. You've come so far. You've worked so hard. You've lost this amount of weight so far. What's the harm in having half a block of chocolate? Half a block? Having a full block of chocolate. All right, what's the harm in that? Well, the harm in that is that you've blown it, haven't you? Instead of just having those 2 little pieces to satisfy that craving, you've gone ahead and eaten half or a whole block of chocolate. What are you saying to yourself inside your head? You're saying, ugh, you're disgusting, you're a pig. You know, when you hop on the scales next week, it's going to show. You know, why bother now? You may as well just give up and just go and binge. And that's what I would find myself doing. I would just have a whole day where I'd eat whatever I wanted and I would hate to sit there and add up all those calories because it'd be thousands of calories. So I'm not denying myself anything. If I want chocolate, I'm going to eat it. If I want McDonald's, I'm going to eat it. It's just that works for me. Hopefully it will work for you too. So no foods are off limits and no calorie counting. And so far it's working, guys. Stick to the end to see how good it's working. Rule number 3, my least favorite rule, move. That's right. You've got to get up and move. You have to include some form of exercise in your day. And this has always been the downfall for me because I hate it. I hate exercise. I don't enjoy it. I find it tedious, but it's necessary. I've always told myself it's pointless. I can just lose weight with diet. No, you can't. You've got to move. For me, finding the time to move can be tricky. And I've always used that as an excuse as to why I couldn't do exercise today, because I literally couldn't find the time, blah, 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 blah. I use my kids as an excuse. I use being a mum an excuse. I use being a wife as an excuse, but there is no excuse. Got to get up and move. So for me, it was about finding that window where I could be consistent every day. And I found it, my lunch break. So now instead of sitting on the couch and catching up on Love Island or whatever it is that I'm watching, I now get up from my desk here at home and I go for a little walk. 20 minutes every day. If I don't feel like going for a walk, or if it's raining or windy or cold or whatever, I get down on my floor and I do 20 minutes of Pilates. Now for me, exercise is always low impact. It's not cardio. It's nothing high intensity because of my heart condition. So my walking it's a brisk walk, but it's not like, right? It's just an easy walk, and my Pilates is just like a beginner Windsor Pilates video that I found on YouTube. And I feel great after I've done it, guys. I feel refreshed. I feel more vibrant. I feel clearer in my mind. And it just makes the afternoon that much easier because I can sit at my desk for the 3 hours or whatever it is that's left in the day and really concentrate. Fitting in exercise into my day was way easier than I ever thought it could be. I don't have to be like, right? I don't have to do any of that. It's just slow, steady exercise, get that heart rate up a little bit, and it feels great. It feels really good after I've done it. And 20 minutes is nothing. It goes by like that. So it's working. Rule number 4, really important, don't beat yourself up. That's my biggest problem. My inner dialogue with myself sometimes is terrible. Like if I was my own best friend, I'd whack myself in the face because the things that I say to myself, they're really terrible. And it can be really disheartening because if your inner dialogue is constantly putting yourself down, you do start to believe it. So instead of focusing on the negatives, I'm focusing on the positives. So when I go for that walk, when I do my Pilates, I really rally myself, like, good job, Rinny, you did it. You got up and you did it today. And how good do you feel? You feel energized, you feel motivated, you feel like, I'm ready to go. And that's way better than hearing your own voice going, ugh, you lazy cow. It's my favorite saying, don't sweat the small stuff, right? If it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Let that stuff go. If you muck up, you muck up. Everybody's going to muck up. You are never, ever going to do everything 100% correct every single day of your life. It's just never going to happen. So just cut yourself some slack. If you do end up binging or you have a little bit too much ice cream or whatever it is for you, you missed your exercise session, just get back on track. Don't sit there and beat yourself down until you've actually got no hope left. That's just counterproductive. Rule number 5, don't give up. Easier said than done, right? Because I have always given up, always. So will this be the last time I give up? I think so. I'm feeling really positive, and when you hear the results, it's easy to see why I haven't given up just yet, although I'm only into starting week 3 tomorrow. So I weigh in tomorrow. That'll be another interesting video. I'm starting to change my inner dialogue now. So my head is telling me there's no option to give up. So that's sort of my mantra now. I'm not going to give myself the option to give up. If I don't exercise today, or I make poor food choice after poor food choice, or whatever it is, it's okay. I'll just start again, because you're allowed to have days off. You're allowed to have a day where you do whatever you want, you eat whatever you want, you sit around and watch TV all day. That's absolutely fine, because the next day, that might be the day where you're so strict with your diet, you exercise more than once on that day. But we'll all sort of just even out in the end, which I think is a really positive, healthy way to attack weight loss, because we're human, right? We make mistakes. Let's stop calling it that actually. Let's not call it a mistake. It is what it is. As long as your good days are outweighing your bad days, I think you're doing fine. Before we go any further, I want to show you what my starting weight is. Take a big deep breath, really. This is my starting weight. You'll have to keep watching towards the end of the video to find out if that number has changed. Wish me luck. By following my 5 RINI-P rules, not only do I think I've laid a very solid foundation for losing some weight, but for maintaining that weight loss going forward. Because I don't think anything is too difficult, it's not too hard. I don't think there's anything in my rules that are going to set me up for failure. To not setting a specific weight loss goal, to not excluding any food groups or counting calories, to just make sure that I'm moving for at least 20 minutes every single day, regardless of what that movement is, to not beating myself up when I make mistakes, because I absolutely will make mistakes, and to not having giving up be an option whatsoever. I think those 5 things are going to set me up for success. I am going to lose some weight. And this journey isn't about making me feel bad about myself. I don't want to, jump on my own back when I do slip up and I eat something that I shouldn't have. But I'm going to actually enjoy those times. So when I do sit down and I have my ice cream at the end of the night, I'm going to enjoy that, but I'm not going to be doing it every single day. One thing for me that I've actually changed and I think is making quite a big difference is after my evening meal, I always crave something sweet. Always, every single night without fail. What I have discovered works for me is to not give in to that craving instantly, because before I would just automatically, as soon as my meal's done, I'm up to the fridge, I'm getting that bowl of ice cream, and I would do that every night. Now what I do is just give myself a little bit of time. So I finish my meal, I make sure everything's cleared away, the kitchen is clean, so I distract myself for those 10 to 15 minutes after I've eaten. And then if I still absolutely have that craving to have something sweet, it hasn't disappeared at all, I will have my ice cream. But I find that 9 times out of 10, it's gone. I've distracted myself for 10 minutes and now I don't feel like ice cream. And I'm happy to, go off to bed and have just a cup of tea. I think weight loss is different for every single person, obviously. All of our bodies are completely different. Our vices are different. So you need to sort of figure out what works for you. And I'm finding that this is working for me now. It's not about changing my relationship with food or doing things completely different. It's just, for me, it's about having a little bit more control, being more in control of what I'm eating, not going overboard, and enjoying those moments when I have my treats and stuff. So the big question is, have my 5 RINI-P rules worked for me? I am absolutely happy to tell you that they have, and this is what I weigh now. Incredible, right? I couldn't believe it. That is a 4.4 kilo weight loss in 1 week. It worked. I think going forward now, my biggest problem will be trying to match that weight loss, because I don't think that that's feasible going forward. I'm not going to lose those numbers every week. But I think if I either stay consistent in my weight or I lose a little tiny bit of weight, I'm just going to keep going. So it's about keeping that motivation with me, not giving up. I'm not going to beat myself up when I have little setbacks. I'm just going to continue, just keep going forward. And tomorrow I'll make better decisions, If you want to continue to follow me on this journey in the weeks ahead, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can know when I'm posting new videos, because I promise to post one every week about how I'm going. I do weigh in again tomorrow, so wish me luck for that. Do I expect another 4.4 kilo loss? No, I don't. But if I get any weight loss whatsoever, or if I maintain that current weight that I'm at, I'll be happy, because I might do better the next week or the next week after that. I hope you've liked my video today. I hope you feel inspired by my results. I certainly am feeling extremely expired. I'm not expired. I'm feeling extremely inspired to keep going forward and lose some of my podginess. I hope I've managed to provide a little bit of inspiration for you today to, get up, be more active, be more mindful about what you're eating, see if you can lose some weight if that's what you're looking for. If not, be happy in your own skin. So drop a comment below for me if you've got any questions or suggestions, and please follow along with me on my weight loss journey. Keep updated on how I'm going. I'm still looking for fellow legends out there that have got some inspiring stories. Please get in contact with me. I'd love to be able to spread your message out to the universe. And remember, till next time, legends, be the legend in your own story. Bye, guys.